Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for career/money, anything having to do with money as well as relationship. We're going to start with career. I feel like you guys have a lot, depending on your situation and what you have going on in your life. This could be a very important time because there's so much seventh house energy, which has to do with partnerships, not only marriage, but business as well. And then we have, towards the end of the month, we have the sun in Pisces, and then Venus is going to enter Pisces on the 25th. So the sun and Venus are going to be going from your seventh house into your eighth house. This is really good for showing up as a we in relationship, recognizing like how to share things with each other, your money, their communication, your communication, having to do with the intimacy. But if it doesn't have anything to do with relationship, it's also really good for business, because eighth house is where, keep in mind, like negotiations are had in the ninth house. The business paperwork is signed in the third house, but the money is handed out in the eighth house. So you're going to have the sun and Venus, which is a money energy, going into that eighth house, dipping in at the end of the month. So I feel like it could be good for, kind of a little bit of everything, even if you have issues going on with working out negotiations and stuff going on in relationship. I see there being this support later on. I really do. Venus and Mars are going to be squaring off from the 19th to the 28th, so definitely creating some problems with relationships and finance. Mercury is going to be stationary from the 20th to the 21st, so lots of stubborn energy there, glitches in communication, which could be really annoying. Mercury finally goes direct on the 22nd, which is really good, but he needs like 7 to 10 days to like unstretch coming out of retrograde. So we say you want to hang out, right, until probably like the beginning of the month. But what I do like is we have Mars and Pluto are going to be trining, and this is going to be really good for healing, any sort of positive transformation, great for investments, great for just like raising energy levels, good for accomplishments and just feeling really in your power, which I really like that. We have other stuff going on. We have Venus entering Pisces. We have a full moon in Virgo. That full moon for you guys is going to be happening in your second house of money. So there's definitely going to be some stuff going on with you in that area. I'll talk more about that as we go along, but let's get right into this. I'm going to timestamp for the relationship section of the reading in the description box below the video. If you maybe just don't feel like listening to this stuff. Now, again, your job might be totally fine. Things might be totally fine, but maybe this is some sort of investment that you have going on. Maybe this has to do with a divorce settlement, alimony, child support, inheritance, maybe retirement, anything like that, right? Could be anything having to do with money. So we have the Eight of Wands, which is really, really good. The Eight of Wands energy is one of my favorite minor arcanas because it's good news coming in. Lots of really busy communication, great if you've been feeling held back or stuck, waiting for a decision. So good news and growth coming in. I really like that, especially if you've been waiting maybe to hear back about a job, one way or another. Maybe you've been waiting, it's like yay or nay, just so you knew how to move forward in something. But it is good news coming in ultimately. So right now, the current situation, we have Temperance, which is being cross or complemented. I would say the Fool is a compliment to the Temperance energy. Temperance energy does tell me that you've been going through a lot, right? And Temperance is in numerology, it's linked to the Hierophant, which would be a Sagittarius energy. So this is about cooperation, moderation, healing, lots of angelic guidance here. This could also be reconciling things having to do with some sort of financial situation. You might be dealing with a challenging personality at work that's maybe too aggressive or too sensitive, and patience and cooperation is going to go a long way. Pay attention to your incoming and your outgoing finances, definitely always with this energy, but you're going to feel like there's some sort of balancing act that you have to execute. Right? You sort of like needing to temper the situation. We have this working with the Fool. And the Fool is a Uranus energy. Uranus is always about shocking surprises. So this is a new path, a new opportunity coming into you, or a new approach in your current position. or a new career altogether or enterprise, but you want to make sure that you prioritize your responsibilities to move ahead smoothly. This position can likely include some sort of technology. Don't most positions these days, but because Uranus does rule this energy in astrology, and Uranus does rule technology. So it's definitely like this fresh path, this new perspective after dealing with somebody who's been really sort of challenging in a situation. So we have the Queen of Coins that's crowning, and the Queen of Coins is just as a basic energy coming in. This could be money coming to those of you who, particularly those of you who are coupled, but you don't have to be coupled. It's very good financial management as well. Really nice taking care of yourself, because Queens is always about connection. So you want to take care of your body and your finances here. Now you could be meeting a Queen of Coins energy, right? Which would be a very reliable person, very supportive, affectionate, generous, very understanding, understands what's needed to grow a situation, understands connection. So this could certainly be somebody great, like if they're a new boss or a new business partner, or this could even maybe you're trying to sell something or purchase something and you're dealing with somebody who's rather balanced. Okay, so we have the foundation is the wheel. So the wheel is the Jupiter energy. It's always about, luck and expansion, but it's a very destiny-driven card, which is important to understand here about the wheel. So with career, good news is coming in, but please be sure to prioritize what's being asked of you. Don't take anything for granted. Exercise integrity while you're doing so. Understand that this is a fated situation because it's Jupiter. Jupiter is always in a very, very intimate dance with karma, just is. That's why Jupiter rules the 9th house. And, keeping it real, like you guys do have a lot of just very, very interesting energies going on. You have the great conjunction happening right in that 7th house with Saturn and Jupiter. Everybody's in the 7th house, right? And then towards the end of the month, it's going to move into that 8th house, which is also very karmic. 8th and 9th house are very, very karmic. It really is. There's Pluto energy there. Something is very, very fated. I do like that. We have the Princess of Wands. And this is you. So you're very, very creative right now. I mean, this is the personification of fire right now. So good news about any project that requires negotiation, super busy time at work. This can bring a new offer. And while whatever's being offered to you might not seem as fabulous as you think it's worth or that you thought it might be, it still might appeal to you in theory, but you just really want to be sure to read the fine print before signing or agreeing to anything with this energy. Definitely express yourself. Don't hold anything in. If you have, not that you guys would because you're Leo, but I mean, make sure that you're communicating what it is that you're feeling. Now, the external energy that's impacting you, we got you. We got yourself. So this is the thing here now with this, though, with work, with career, with money. there could be tension involved in this situation due to somebody's ego, but it will be resolved through some sort of empathy. It does seem like you may need to ultimately end up exercising here. But I do like this because it's also, you guys are the 5th house of creativity, so it's like, so you might be having a challenge with somebody, right? These tensions. But you go in and you do what you need to do. Somebody might need their ego stroked. Somebody might need to be chilled out, and so you're going to need to show up in the elevated part of your space, right? Meaning elevated Leo, not shadow manifestation Leo, because shadow Leo is very egocentric, and you don't want to get into that, right? Every sign has their shadow side. You don't want to do the shadow. You want to be kind of working in your illuminated energy. Might not be easy for you, but you're going to do it. Now, the challenge here is the 3 of Wands for you. And the 3 of Wands it's really one of the good fortune cards in Tarot, to be honest. I mean, this is about, thriving business, busy, intense period, for sure. Just moving on to realize your plans, dealing with some sort of unconventional people or finding yourself in some sort of unconventional situation having to do with money or having to do with some sort of financial opportunity. But, you know, if you resonate with it, Leo, I don't know what else is in your chart. That uniqueness might be just what you've been looking for. You know, I don't know where your Uranus and your Aquarius is in your personal chart, but balance is really important here. Not to hide yourself is really important here. Really get in touch with what it is that you want, but you're having a hard time with this. So you might be very sort of enticed or attracted to some sort of situation that's maybe a little non-traditional, a little out of the box, a little like where your friends might be raising their eyebrows and your family might be like, what the hell are you thinking? But yet, you kind of still want it, you know, or a situation is asking you to be very creative in a different way, and you're not sure if you fully resonate with it. You're just not sure. So in the near future, I do see this 10 of Wands situation. So maybe somebody wants to offer you something, and they're offering you this offer, whether it's a price for something you're selling, some sort of investment, some sort of strategized negotiation, whatever it is. And initially, you're enticed by it. You like the theory of it, but it's not really what you were looking for. And you're not really going to feel very, very comfortable to go off the beaten path with it. You're not going to feel comfortable. So then we have the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands does tell me that there's going to be some sort of like, just need to put the wands down, right? That really, because with the 10 of Wands, you're going in a good direction, but what's getting in your way is circumstance. So you're feeling very overwhelmed by responsibilities and burdens, overload of demands, and you just can't do it anymore, and you have to put the wands down. So it does indicate, for that reason, it does indicate the ending of a cycle that needs to be had. Because something's not working out the way that you want, but you want to grow. I mean, the final outcome ultimately is that you're going to end up growing. Like the Empress energy is straight up Venus in astrology. It is. I mean, it's a beautiful energy. The numerology link is the Hangman in the World. So you want to think about those two together. The Hangman is Neptune, which is about dreams, and the World is about learning that lesson and making that happen, right? This is about fertility and growth and abundance. So it's very inventive in managing your project, very secure energy with money flowing in. You're able to support others right now in the life that you want, but it's not until you've put something down. So something needs to end here. Very interesting. So we have the 7 of Coins, we have the Sun, and we have the Princess of Coins. Okay, so the 7 of Coins is a really nice energy, I think. It's hard work that it's going to pay off. You have to be very patient. There's a high potential for success. Whatever your situation is, don't give up. You're almost there. I always say your future self is going to thank you. And then we have the Sun working with that, which is success at a position through which you can make more money. And you're getting a lot of deserved acknowledgement. You want to enjoy the success. And you always want to remember that with the Sun, it's not like you're stepping out of bed into a bucket of gold, right? You're going to have everything that you need in order to have the success that you're looking for. And then we have this with the Princess of Coins, which is it's the personification of Earth. So it's your talent shining through. This is money news, hard work, reliable, strong potential for success. Really, really nice. Very auspicious energy regarding finances, business, an offer made on a property or any kind of business offer. This is also very auspicious for education or making some connections within business. Really good like networking energy as well. So I do see you sort of saying like, somebody offers you something, but I feel like you're not going to want to go with that. You're going to end up going in a different direction. The Empress energy, and you may end up working from home. Just see anything else. Judgment energy, yeah. I mean, this is acknowledgement for your successes coming in, finances improving. It's assessment, letting go of the past, making decision about something that happened in the past and letting it go. This is really kind of like a spiritual awakening. So I feel like for a lot of Leos, you guys are really going kind of in a different direction than you've been going. Or maybe a lot of you, judgment could be, you might be returning to something that you did a long time ago or that you wanted to do a long time ago as well. Or you did a version of it a long time ago. We have Gemini, which is very good because it's the north node of the moon right now. Sixth house, this is awesome because of the full moon in Virgo. Virgo is the landlord of the sixth house. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. And then we have Venus. So I really like this. So we have Venus, sixth house, and Gemini. Gemini is all about learning something new. This is dealing with your day-to-day. This is like a very practical energy. A lot of mercurial energy here. Venus is one of the money energies. I really like this. I really do. Because the full moon is going to bring to light something that needs to change and be transformed in your day-to-day work environment in order for you to feel really healthy in something. But the thing is, just understand, like, this is going to be, you're going to be urged to strike a balance between like work and service, practicality, impracticality, criticism and acceptance. So there's going to be like this little bit of a dance that's going on, and you're going to feel these new feelings and revelations, and they're going to be very emotional ones, having to do with this access, right? Which has to do with what you want and what you are of service for, right, in your life. So you just want to be careful how you communicate that, because over the next 2 weeks, you're going to be discovering what all of this means for you. But right now, towards the end of the month, you're just going to be sort of sitting with your feelings. You need to express them, of course, but you want to exercise some care while doing so. Like if you need to sit down and have a negotiation or have that meeting, right? A very eye-opening energy for you guys right now. It really is. A very intuitive time too. And the full moon is going to be harmonizing with Uranus, which tells me that there's going to be an easy acceptance of change and progress now. So I really do like this. I think Leos are going to be having a pretty good experience here. I think the only ones that are going to be having a little bit of a trippy, more of a trippier time are the mutable energies, Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. So depending on what else is in your chart, that's going to dictate it. But it does seem like there's good stuff here as far as opportunity. Okay, that's what I have for you guys for that. And now let us go to relationship. Yeah, I mean, so, you know, we've been talking about how you have all these energies in your seventh house. For sure. And also that full moon, just to go back to that, the full moon of Virgo, it is going to be happening. I did mention it earlier, but it is going to be happening. It's worth repeating in your second house of money and things that you value. It's not only money. We also value our self-esteem, the food we put in our mouth, the roof over our head, but it is money energy as well. So let's see what's going on in relationship. Remember, this is for the general archetype of Leo. I don't know what else is in your personal chart or what could be aspecting it right now. So all of that is going to, you know, play into the situation. Just need to be mindful of that. Just move these fellas out of the way here. Just want to pull some on time wellness. So it seems like in coming into this energy, you either called somebody from your past, you hurt somebody from your past, because we have the Eight of Wands energy coming into this. And the Eight of Wands is great news about love, especially if you've been separated. So you don't have to be separated, but maybe you and your partner have been having a hard time. You sit down in the past and you were like, yeah, all right, listen, we're going to work at this. Things are going to be different moving forward. We're going to either maybe go to counseling or just communicate better or whatever it is. You know, whatever it is. Situation right now, we do have the Queen of Wands, and it is crossed by the moon. Okay, oh boy. Alrighty. So let me just pull all of these. So the Queen of Wands energy. Wands are well, motivation, right? It's Pisces and Aries energy. This is you stepping into your power right now. You just really are. Now, some of you may have been hearing from somebody that you were with or that you're with, and you guys sort of found each other again, where, you know, this is a person who just relies on the spark of like communication for success, is very self-aware, focused on the right things in relationship. If you're very fortunate for that, or you may be in that space where you're like in a very different role right now. Pisces. Are you dealing with Pisces? Leo. It's so weird. I said Pisces. I'm looking at the Queen of Wands. Why did I think Pisces? But anyway, you may be in a space right now, Leo, though, where you are very, very clear on what you need in relationship. I'm not even going to say like what the right thing is and not, because that's very subjective, but you're very in touch with what it is that you want, need, and desire. So this person contacts you, or you guys are still together, you were never apart, but you sit down, you have that conversation, and you're very, very clear on what it is that you want, need, and desire. This is truly you stepping into your power. I know why I'm saying this. It's Pisces and Aries energy. Queen of Wands. That's why I said Pisces. But this is being crossed by the moon energy. So the moon energy is confusion and disappointment that you might feel because somebody maybe disappointed you, or you feel let down because, maybe things were promised and there's no follow through. And there ends up being, as a result of this issue with trust, that the relationship can actually work out. And you can feel very, very pushed in the moon energy to make a decision about the relationship. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. I want to be on my own. Or others of you are like, I want to do whatever I need to do to fix this relationship. But there's a decision here with the moon, and it's always got to do with your emotions, how you truly feel about something, and where you see yourself going as well. But, the underpinning of all of it is, how safe and secure do you feel in this situation? Like, do you honestly feel like this is a good thing for you? So, and you may be really not being sure. We have the Page of Pentacles is the crowning energy. Page of Pentacles is like personification of earth. This is you just feeling like you're putting all of this hard work into the relationship, and you're just not sure if it's paying back. You're just not sure. You're just not sure. Now, some of you might just be realizing you just want to throw yourself into work. Focusing on your money, right? Allowing your talents to shine through. This is about progression. It's an auspicious beginning, regarding finance, business, anything like that. Could be anything like that. But in the same way, Pentacles is also mental, physical, and emotional connection when we're doing relationship reads. So it could be you working really, really hard on trying to have this new beginning, this new phase with this person. So I feel like the conversations happen, but they may not have gone the way that you really ultimately wanted them to. Yes, because falling off, I feel like that needed to come out as well. So yeah, this Page of Pentacles, working hard for something, or throwing yourself into your own work and what matters to you. Now, as the foundation, we have the Four of Wands. This is a really nice energy because this is about a firm foundation. This is Venus and Aries. It's about freedom and creativity and setting a strong foundation, success after completion. Very celebratory vibe here. This could indicate a new partner coming in for some of you, where there is this idea of, this is not a brand new energy though. This could be somebody coming back from the past, right? And they're coming in and they're opening up their heart and they're expressing their love and affection. And it's like, I'm so sorry for the past. I want to do this. Because this is what we call the honeymoon card, right? So it's not brand new. There's definitely an energy here if you're reconnecting with somebody. Others of you, you're in the space where you're planning your future, right? You're planning on moving in together. Maybe you're planning on having a baby, whatever it is, but you're in that space and you're working really, really hard. You're really putting a lot. I feel like from your perspective, there were challenges. Now you're really trying to really focus on something. We have the Eight of Pentacles is where you're at right now. Yeah. So, this is really very much about, trying to really manifest something, really trying to master. 8 is the number of mastery. So it's focusing on the relationships, being really diligent, really hardworking. Now, some of you might be really focused on your money right now, just because maybe you guys need money having to do with within this relationship or additional funds. But in general, this is you exercising very logical, a very diligent approach here, having to do with this connection. Like, just not wanting to give up. Leo, I feel like you've really gone through quite a lot with a person. You guys had some trippy energies there, and you're really willing to put in the hard work. It does seem like somebody did learn their lesson. We do have the world going on here. Okay, and the world is always about that, right? It's about learning a lesson, completion, lesson learned, goal completed, whatever it is, but really a lesson learned, and now you get this Saturnian lesson. But Saturn is about time. So there was time put in here, and that whatever you guys were doing during your time together, it ended up not being easy. This is not a new energy. This is somebody learning their lesson. Learning their lesson. But Leo, can I tell you what I'm feeling? I feel like you just aren't feeling it. It's almost like you're going through the motions, but you're just not vibing it. It does, because we have the Six of Swords energy here in your challenge, which is about necessary transition, right? And moving on from something that, this can manifest mentally rather than just physically, right? Where there's this detachment, and but you're having a hard time moving away from something. But it seems like you need some space to do some sort of internal work, but you're having a hard time doing it, but you're not feeling 100% on board with whatever is being presented. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the near future. Interesting, there's like not a lot of cup energy here. We have this Knight of Pentacles though. This is about you really using your time wisely and not wasting your time with the connection that's not going to ultimately bring you what you want. Because you might be dealing with somebody who's very loyal and dependable, who has a lot to offer, but they might be boring and really like not a very good communicator. And I mean, that might be what you're looking for, because they can ultimately end up being your rock, but they lack the excitement to really capture your attention and your heart for the long term. So you might be kind of bored, and not feel like truly satisfied. So it does depend on where you're at. But I feel like for a lot of you, because you guys are a fire sign, right? I mean, you guys are very passionate. You guys also, I keep saying you guys, I hate that. I have to stop that. Leo in general, the archetype, and I mention this quite often when I read for you guys, it is very important to Leo, the archetype, to be really good friends with their partner. To be able to have that good time. Because Leos love to have a good time. For goodness sake, you're the landlord of the house of fun, So which is awesome. And you want to have somebody there with you. You don't want to be dragging a bag of rocks behind you. I'm so sorry, cross watchers. I'm not saying that's you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is very difficult for you, but yet, and it's like it does feel like you're trying to make kind of like fit a circle in a square. I have to just say it. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Plans fall apart, thinking small. You just can't. I just don't see you seeing a way ahead here, right? According to these cards, right? Yeah, because it's like, this is really about making plans, moving forward, in the upright, moving forward. And I just don't see you doing that. I feel like there's this element of just things falling apart ultimately at the end of the day. And it may be because you're just simply not feeling it. Now we have, through the oracles, we have not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, person, boundaries. Just like really not wanting to talk about it. We have, you make me feel a kind of anxiety I have never known, yet desired in a way I have never known. So you really want something, but you feel a lot of anxiety surrounding them. And then we have the Axe, breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. But then we have clarifying that I'm insanely attracted to you. So there is still this level of attraction. And not only physically, but like to the idea of the relationship as well. You're not quick to leave it. The Six of Swords is telling me that. And then we have the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. I love you, but I'm afraid to lose my freedom. I don't know how to balance this. So somebody has commitment issues here. And then we have, what do we have here as the last one? We have Hammer. Sabotage, interrogation, repetitive, persistent. Right? As they always say, if all you have in your toolbox is a hammer, you're going to treat everything like a nail. sabotage, just the repetitive same thing over and over again. But then it says the mask has fallen off. I'm not the person you remember. But this could be a lot of lip service, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. Let's see. We have the Hermit. So when we get the Hermit reverse, that's a very deep energy. It's loneliness, is isolation, repeating past mistakes, being really stuck. Four of Pentacles, being very protective of self, understandable, right? Security, self-protection. Really working on you, right? This Four of Pentacles is a self-improvement energy as well. Watching out for your resources, focusing on your security, but also taking care of your heart, like being very protective of self because you don't want to get hurt. There's a lot of anxiety surrounding this situation. There's no question. It's the 3 a.m. card. It's Mars and Gemini. Mars is like, what's the answer, Leo? What is the right thing for you to do? And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating because you don't know the answer to that. Should I do this? Should I do that? I don't want to have regret. I don't want to leave and then be, oh my gosh, why did I do that? And is all of this happening as it's supposed to? I'm not sure. That kind of thing, The Chariot is about leaving the toxicity. Now, the thing is, we always have to look at the card around the Chariot to get a real read on this, because something is expedited here, right? So if the cards are, challenging, which certainly the Nine of Swords is challenging, then the relationship is likely ending because it's not ultimately good for you. Yeah, we have the Magician. The Magician is a Mercury energy, so it really is, this need to communicate really needs to be worked on here for sure. In order for there to be resolution through a deeper understanding of each other's needs. But the thing is, if this is not able to be met, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So the Seven of Wands in reverse is weak boundaries and plans stalling out and quitting and just giving up. So Leo, you just might not want to deal with the situation. Being honest. Like, you might have gone through a lot. There could have been some really healthy communication. You guys working it out. You doing due diligence. You hanging in there. Everybody's learning lessons. I feel like you're with an energy. It's like, okay, I see what I was doing. But I'm almost like, I don't want to say that it's too late, but it's like you sort of evolved into a different space within the relationship, and it just doesn't seem like it's something that you really want. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see if we can't get some advice from the Astro dice and an Astro card. So, we have Neptune, so you're confused. I mean, I got it, right? Neptune. 6th house, this is where the full moon is happening, right? And for you guys, it is happening in your 2nd house, the things that you value. It's not only money, it's things that you value. You may literally just be very confused about what matters to you, what doesn't matter to you. Aquarius, you're very focused on the future. You want to do things different. You want to do things out of the box. Ooh, Leo, I have to tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting this energy where it's just like you want to break out of this box. It's like you want to just break out of whatever you've been in, and you just want to do something just like very different. Maybe you want to, I don't know, change neighborhoods, just do something different. Because because with Neptune, you might be feeling like if you stay in this situation, you're ultimately going to end up having to sacrifice something that really matters to you. And you're in this space where you're just really not quite sure if it's worth it. You're just not. And I feel like a lot of you are in the space of waiting. Even though some sort of, and I don't want to say lip service because it sounds disrespectful, but lip service where things were agreed, but there wasn't a whole lot of follow through. And you're really waiting for them to acknowledge that there wasn't follow through. Like, it's not like you want to cut and run, but you don't want to stay in things the way they've been. That is with Scorpio. Getting in touch with your sexy, get in touch with your animal, but keeping it real. Scorpio is all about transformation. Endings and beginnings. I mean, this is the death energy. Scorpio is the death card, right? So it's endings and beginnings. Even if it means you might need to separate for a little bit in order for the relationship to be able to have some legs later on, because whatever's going on here is really not healthy, for at least for you. I mean, they might not even recognize it, but at least for you, I don't see it being very healthy at the end of the day. And you're very much recognizing this. So, and you really want to have this healthier experience, right? We have the 6th house. Lights are going to be popping on. You're going to be realizing things right now. Even though you're confused, what you do know is that you feel like if things don't change, you're going to feel like you need to sacrifice something that you've been really wanting. So that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way, validating in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.